And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to helping you win in any marketplace. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. And we want to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you so that we can help you win in any marketplace. Now, how can you engage? You can reach out in multiple ways. We've got our hotline at 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
You can call or text our hotline, 813-670-7372. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder, if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. Also, check out our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, all the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region that we've assembled, we've vetted, and we bring on the air to help you win in any marketplace. You know, it's giving you street smart advice, helping you avoid a lot of the commission-based advice that's so prevalent in our community, and all we want to do is help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
So we got our A-team in the house today. Let's go around the horn, make our introductions here. Nick Kick back in studio, BBMC Mortgage. Welcome in.
Thank you very much. Great to be back. Had to take a couple weeks off fighting this nasty cold that everybody's been passing around everywhere. So it's good to be back. Happy December, everybody. Now I don't mind seeing all the Christmas lights and Christmas decorations and everything. You know, it's a little old after 2 months of seeing it before December, but you know, it's putting me in the spirit now.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, you're looking good, man. You look like you're back to your normal self.
I feel like $100.
Good. Awesome. Good stuff. We got attorney Joe Cairns back in studio. Welcome back, sir.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm a family law attorney over in Clearwater, and I really hope that Nick is completely through the cold.
Yes.
I'm not sitting this close to him, and that's dangerous for me.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about a guardian ad litem process in the family law court system.
Guardian ad litem.
Basically, it's someone that the court can appoint to investigate what's going on it's always with children.
Yes.
So that they can talk to different witnesses and then provide a report that maybe can help these people settle a case before they have to litigate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's important. It's important to, for both parties to kind of see, understand, and it's hard when they're in the fight, but, ultimately it is about the kids when you're going through a divorce in that situation.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a lot of times people will file emergency motions on financial issues. It's not that the court doesn't care, but when there's kid issues that require some sort of expedited process, they're going to take those up first.
That's great. Yeah, good stuff. Well, long time no see, and Attorney Joe Cairns back on the studio. All right, we got Leo Kane as well, rounding out our expert contributor panel here. Beryl Engineering, welcome back, sir.
Yeah, I don't know if I should just be stressed or up in arms. I mean, we're getting trailers for Captain Marvel. We're getting trailers for Spider-Man Homecoming. And I still don't know what the Avengers 4 movie title is.
Oh, man.
We're getting trailers for movies that are coming out after the Avengers 4.
Wow.
But I'm not getting a trailer for Avengers 4. And like I said, I don't know if I'm stressed because they keep teasing me. San Diego Comic-Con, nothing. This is the weekend of the Brazil San Paulo Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get a trailer.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to see Aquaman unless I know what I'm looking forward to in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's good stuff. They're kind of keeping it out there. I guess who knows? Maybe it's part of their strategy, huh?
Must be.
All right, so we got an all-star lineup for you today here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want to help you win. This segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brothers Easy Moving, and they strive to be the very best Tampa Bay moving companies by exceeding your expectations from the first phone call to the final customer call, courtesy call. They're also one of the best reviewed movers in Tampa, where Google, they hold a 4.9% rating, and they also have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau and a rating on Angie's List, and they've won the Super Service Award multiple times, and they are a great company. I know Gary, the owner, is an awesome guy. They can help everything from packing, supplies. They've got insurance. They've got storage. So many ways that they can help you. Brothers Easy Moving is the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to them. Make sure you let them know you heard them on the Quarterback Show here, so that we can help you get a discount from them. Help them out. with your moves, local or long distance. They can help you with that. Brothers Easy Moving. All right, let's jump right into it. We've got Nick Kick in the studio. He's a mortgage expert, longtime mortgage professional in the Tampa Bay area. A couple of things we talk about a lot is supporting the local economy. You know, a local lender here, somebody that you can go sit down with and reach out and get in contact with is on a cell phone, which is different from a lot of other companies.
Yes. You can get me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I always tell all my clients, if you're worried and you're anything like me, questions in your head keep you up at night.
Yes.
Grab your phone, text me, email me, and if I'm up, I will respond. My fiance understands it's not some crazy person trying to get a hold of me. It's just my crazy customers that have a question. I don't want you guys up at night wondering what's going to happen, or if something comes up, or you just don't understand the process. Don't hesitate, call me. You don't bother me. And like I said, my significant other understands as well. Buying a home is the most important thing you're going to do, and it's the biggest transaction you'll probably have made in your life at that time. So I want to make sure I'm there for you at any time of the day. And
we've seen a market move. You know, I'm talking to a lot of buyers, sellers out there, investors. The market has slowed due to the Federal Reserve's monetary policy. What's your take on the market?
Well, I mean, right now, rates are the lowest they have been in 2 months. So with the Dow going down, job claims and everything like that, rates have gone down. Now, with the Fed's talking as well, that they might even keep the prime rate at the same as it has been instead of raising it like they were talking about at the beginning of the year. That's also helping our market as well. Now, I do have a feeling it's probably the rates will start ticking up again next week. So if you are working on a loan with your lender right now, I suggest you reach out to them and get that locked in. I actually did that for a few of my borrowers today because the rates were the lowest that came out today than they were when I initially disclosed them. So I was actually able to give them about 0.25% less on the rate than we were talking 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So definitely pull the trigger, reach out to your broker, give me a call. I don't mind helping you out. Even if I'm not going to be able to close your loan, give me a call, send me your loan estimates. Let me see your loan documents. Make sure that you're not getting taken advantage of. I do not give commission-based advice. I will give it to you for free of charge. And you know what? If you like what I have to say, I might not be able to get your loan, but if you have friends and family that want to be taken care of by somebody that's not in their own best interest, please reach out to me. Don't hesitate. Once again, we'll make sure you have all my contact information on the websites and such as well.
Yeah, because it's a confusing landscape right now, Nick. You know, we're talking with Nick Kick, BBMC Mortgage, local mortgage expert. The challenge is right now is you've got so many different, people marketers out there running these different banner ads or different commercial spots talking about paying all your closing costs, making it very confusing for clients.
Yes, and that happens quite a bit. And as everybody knows, there's nothing for free in life. So if they're saying they're paying all your closing costs, where are the hidden fees at? Typically, what's going to happen in that case, you would qualify for, say, a 5% interest rate. They're going to pay all your closing costs. You're actually getting a 5.5% interest rate. Yeah. So what that means is they're going to be able to sell your loan to an investor at a higher premium. So they're not really paying your closing costs. You're paying it by taking the higher interest rate, and then the money that they would be getting for selling your loan at a higher rate, they're giving you back at closing. Yeah. So you're getting the closing costs paid for in theory, but you're paying a higher payment on a month by month basis, and over 360 payments, that's tens of thousands of dollars that you're paying to have them pay your closing costs up front.
That's right.
And I mean, I'd never advertise that I'll pay all your closing costs, but I have products that can help with them. And I will give you the option. I'll tell you, hey, you qualify for a 5% rate. Are you short for closing? You don't want to spend all the money in your account for closing? I'll tell you, hey, you can take a 0.25% higher. I can give you, say, $1,000, $2,000 to assist with closing. And the way I'll break it down for you is, okay, that 0.25% rate changes your payment by $25 a month. So an extra $25 a month. Is that worth me paying your closing costs? And that's basically interest. So is that worth paying your closing costs for you so you keep the money in the account? Some people might say it will. Some don't want to pay extra to the bank. And I'm also going to teach you how to beat the bank. Banks won't tell you this. Making biweekly payments. That right there, there's 52 weeks in the year. You make 26 half payments. That works out to 13 full payments. That's one extra payment per year. If you're paid biweekly, who wouldn't love to have their mortgage payment cut in half and paid every 2 weeks?
Yes.
That right there alone is going to cut 3 years off your mortgage by making biweekly payments.
Right.
That 3 years off your mortgage is saving you, depending on how high of a loan amount that you have. Once again, saving you tens of thousands of dollars.
And the rate, too, the net effective rate, right?
Exactly. The net effective rate will change. Say at a 5%, making a biweekly payment, it drops it down to about 4.5%. Well, that 0.5% interest you're saving over the course of 30 years, or 27 years, should I say, is a lot of money in your pocket.
Yeah.
So I definitely like to suggest that to borrowers. There's a great tools. You can actually Google search that. There's amortization tables. You can go on there and play with it. And you set up, I'm making biweekly payments. And hey, I can afford an extra $50 every payment. Well, if you can afford $100 extra a month with that extra payment per year by the biweekly payment, now you're saving 5 to 7 years on your mortgage. You do the math, that could get close to $60, $70, $80,000 over the course of the loan that you're saving, not paying the bank.
Yeah.
And once again, that's something the banks aren't going to teach you. They don't want to lose their money. That's how they make their money. So this is definitely something that you need to educate yourself on. Give me a call. I'd love to answer questions. I love to work with first-time home buyers. That's my favorite people to work with. Also, first-time home buyers, people don't always realize they thought they owned a home 10 years ago, so they'll never qualify for a first-time home buyer program. That is false. If you have not held ownership in a home in the past 3 years, that's only 3 years, then you are considered a first-time home buyer again. That can get you qualified for the down payment assistance programs. Now, this is another way that I can help pay with your closing costs. We can get I review your credit. You have good credit scores. You have some money in the bank. What I can do is get you the down payment assistance, which is $7,500 to go towards your down payment and closing costs. We'll get back to that in a little bit. I'll kind of advise how that is, and we'll get you my number so we can talk more about this in person.
Excellent. And there's also something else that's worse than paying the bank. It's paying a landlord. Let's talk about that when we come back. Also, attorney Joe Cairns coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, Leo Kane in the house. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our feel-good story of the day is a good one. Dog sniffs out owner's cancer 3 times. Find out about this story and more from our expert contributors. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Getting back.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also got a TV show on American Dream television show. Real excited about this one. Really cool opportunity. I was selected as a power player of real estate in Tampa Bay, and this one is airing CBS Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on CBS, broadcast television locally, Apple TV, Amazon TV, and Roku as well. So really cool. Doing a lot of empowering type segments on that show. First segment, we did a studio tour with our radio show, and then we went over to Children's Cancer Center and doing a lot of good in the community, helping and delivering an empowered message. And there's over 40 million households nationwide with the American Dream television show. This segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island, filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. The Bilmar Beach Resort has been one of the most sought-after destinations in the Treasure Island area for years. Now, when you go check them out, they got a pool on site, 2 different pools. They got Sloppy Joe's restaurant. They've got what Clyde Smith, the manager, calls a 2-beer beach. Take you 2 beers to walk all the way to the beach. So it's a nice place to hang out. Vacations, business trips, weddings. The Bilmar Beach Resort is the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All you have to do is give them a call, let them know you're a fan of the show, and they're going to hook you up with special discounts and incentives just by mentioning the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're back here in studio helping you win. We got Nick Kick in the house, BBMC Mortgage. Coming up shortly here is attorney Joe Cairns. Now, one of the things we were talking about is when you're paying rent, you're paying rent to a landlord. Mm-hmm. And I think so many, just like you said, 3 years, the first time home buyer, right. You're a first time home buyer after 3 years. Now, a lot of people are still throwing away money paying a landlord because they think they got to have 80%, 20% down, 80% loan to value.
Yep. And that's what I wanted to talk about as well. I always wear my name tag everywhere I go. So people are always going to ask questions and be like, hey, I'm going to be ready to buy a home in about, a year to year and a half. I just got to keep saving up money. I don't have that 20% down.
Yeah.
Yes, 20% down is great to be able to do. It does, help with your pricing, help with your payment, but it is not needed. You do not have to have 20% down right now in order to purchase a home. We have great products that offer 100% financing. We have FHA financing that allows 3.5%. I have conventional that allows 3% down. So on a $200,000 home, you can get in for $7,000 down payment instead of $40,000 that you're trying to save up.
Yeah.
And also what's great with that is you do have the ability on some loans and some lenders where, say you do strike it rich or you get your large bonus or you hit a lottery ticket or something like that, they allow you to do what's called a recast. So you don't have to refinance your loan. You don't have to start your 30 years all over. You can pay the bank a lump sum of, say, $50,000 to go down on your principal balance. They re-amortize your loan to pay off in the 30 years. So it could drop your payment from $2,000 to, say, $1,500 because you put that large lump sum down. So you necessarily don't have to save up 20% now to reap the benefit of home ownership. Get out of renting. Get out of paying your landlord. Right now, and you'll see it on the news, rent is going up. Your rent's $1,000 this year. Next year, it could be $1,100. I see it quite a bit. So instead of that happening and you're paying somebody else to build equity, paying somebody else to be able to have a portfolio, let's get you into that home now so you can start your own portfolio. And with little as 3.5% down payment assistance, we can get you up to $7,500 from the county. That'll take care of your down payment. You have a great realtor like Brandon and his team. They get you some seller contribution or seller concessions. Basically, the seller agrees to pay part of your closing cost. Realistically, you can come out with no money out of pocket, none to little money out of pocket. Yep. Most of my borrowers that qualify for these programs are coming out maybe $1,000 out of their pocket to move into a brand new home. They get 1 month off without a mortgage payment. I close you in December. You don't make a payment in January, and you start in February. So that's 2 months basically with no rent. That's extra money in your pocket, and you have a place to call your own. Now, you don't want to go out and buy that brand new $400,000 house for your first home. You don't go buy a Lamborghini for your first car. Let's get you into an affordable home, start your portfolio, build your credit. Then when you go to buy a new home, that your first home can be somebody else's first home, or you can rent that out and be the landlord and make the money off of somebody.
Yeah.
So there's A lot of people that can qualify that don't understand they can.
Yeah, let's offer that rent versus own analysis that you guys give out for the first 3 listeners. We'll offer a rent versus own analysis. It's going to break it down for you real simple. A spreadsheet. It's going to show, hey, here's the amount of rent that I'm paying versus what I could afford to buy a home. That way, we'll make it just bright and shiny right in front of you here. So go ahead and text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying to our consumer advocate hotline. And it may not be you. It may be a friend that you know of. Why don't you make the call for them and let's help them leave a better legacy for their family. Text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying to 813-670-7372. Text rent and the amount to 813-670-7372. And we're going to get you in touch with Nick Kick, local mortgage expert here in Tampa Bay, and his team does a great job over there. All right, more from Nick coming up in our lightning round. Let's go to attorney Joe Cairns in studio. So family law, you're dealing with a divorce, and you're dealing with a lot of times people at their low point in their life, Joe. So you really, dealing with those types of people, you've got some really good strategies.
Absolutely. And one of the things I do to kind of keep myself up is I'm going to set my alarm for 3 a.m. and I'm going to text Nick, check out, and see how long it takes him to respond. So I appreciate that.
Not a problem.
That'll be some fun late night tonight.
There you go.
I'll probably be up working on somebody else's file, so not a problem.
There you go. I won't. So you're right. It can be a very difficult situation. The reason why I brought up the concept of what's called a guardian ad litem, and people think about guardian ad litems if they've ever been part of like a dependency case. They think that it's some kind of volunteer that is making recommendations, meeting with the kids, meeting with the parents, those kinds of things. But in the context of a family court, particularly in Hillsborough and Pinellas, and it really has blossomed in Pinellas, and it's becoming something more utilized in Hillsborough, is that they utilize another attorney. So maybe the parties they each have their own attorney, or maybe there's no attorneys at all.
Okay.
And the court appoints someone, usually an attorney. It's sometimes going to be somebody else, but typically it's going to be an attorney or someone who's been through a guardian ad litem kind of coursework, and they have some sort of certification for it. That person, because here's what we're trying to avoid: a big 1-day, 2-day trial where you have 8 or 16 hours to tell the judge everything that's gone on during the course of either your marriage or your life. It can be very difficult to condense all of those things into that small period of time. And more than that, the judge there's the evidentiary codes, all those things that can really dilute and make it difficult to communicate what you think you need to communicate to the court,
right?
Particularly if you don't have an attorney. What the guardian ad litem typically is able to do is the parties agree that they're going to waive hearsay. So what the kids say, what your uncle said to you, can be something that I can use to build a report. That's a big thing. That way I get all the information, and I'll go physically to the parents' house. When the kids are there, I'll meet with the parents in my office. They can give me a list of people that they want to call that they would otherwise call as a witness. So we can potentially avoid all of those people being brought into a courtroom. I take all that information, I condense it into a report and recommendation. I use the same factors that the court would use to analyze it. Now, am I the judge? No. I'm basically just providing a recommendation, hoping that the parties could potentially come up with some sort of agreement, or I'm then a witness. I'm a neutral witness that can come to court and tell the judge, this is what's going on.
Right.
Now, the court isn't ceding their authority. They have every right to disagree with me.
Okay.
And there may be some reason why they do want to disagree with me. But having someone who's completely neutral, has really no dog in the fight, that can talk to all these people, it can facilitate and make it a lot cheaper. Because say it's $3,000, and a lot of attorneys will do it at a reduced rate. Like my rate for a guardian case is $200 an hour. That's less than what you'd get an attorney for, because my rate as a litigator is $300.
Right.
But I get to go all the way around for maybe 15 hours, pull everything together. You have a document you can look at, and there's going to be stuff that you don't like, and there's going to be stuff that you do like.
Right.
And ultimately, maybe the conclusion is something that everyone can live with, or can at least understand. Then you don't have to go to court and have to keep throwing mud at each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking with attorney Joe Cairns here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Makes a lot of sense when you bring in that process, because it helps condense the files, and the judge is not sitting on the stand all those, or at the helm there all those hours, and it makes a lot of sense to use that system. Yeah,
and it becomes more of a holistic approach, and it's really great when you have two attorneys on either side, because a lot of times the attorneys will say, "Why don't we use this person to be the guardian?" Then I can bounce ideas off of the attorneys, because they know what their clients are saying behind closed doors. Because I'm going to tell you right now. They're sugarcoating it when they know that you may have some sort of call or say on what's going to happen. The attorneys can tell me, this is what I think the problems are. I'm going to say, well, you have maybe a bigger problem that you foresee. And then we can kind of go back and forth, and I'll say, I think this might work. Do you think you could pitch that to your clients?
Right.
And if they do, and they do a good job with it, then we're done.
Yeah.
Everyone moves on, because if you have an agreement, it's more likely to survive.
Okay.
If you don't have an agreement, the judge makes a call, or whatever the guardian has implemented is accepted by the court.
Right.
People are going to be doing everything they can in the next few years, maybe even 10 years, depending on what the age of the kids are, trying to undo that.
Right.
So it becomes maybe the self-fulfilling prophecy that everyone's going to keep warring with each other even after the war is supposed to be concluded.
That's right. Yeah.
If you come to the agreement, you had some skin in the game.
Yeah, people get jaded, and then they're going to be digging in that much harder.
Yeah, and no one says, oh, it's my fault. Everyone starts getting defensive, and this is all their problem. If you have someone, and if your attorney, to a certain extent, has to give you the advice, tell you what's bad and good, but the guardian being a neutral, they're going to tell everybody what they see.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Attorney Joe Cairns here, Tampa Bay lawyer, family law, divorce law, based in Clearwater, handles all of Tampa Bay. And stay back. When we come back, I want to ask you, my favorite topic to do is the social media side of divorce. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll talk a little bit about that. And check us out. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter. Follow us on Facebook as well. We got a LinkedIn page out there as well. And when we come back, dog sniffs out owner's cancer 3 times in our feel-good story of the day, right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Tricia up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com for all of your real estate needs, buying, selling, or investing. We got a great team, and we would love to help you. This segment's brought to you by Soho Wellness and Med Spa, Mind, Body, Skin. They've got great services in South Tampa, 103 South Boulevard in Tampa, soho-wellness.com. I get my weekly massage there, and they do a great job. All different types of massages: Swedish, therapeutic, deep tissue, prenatal, couples, reflexology. They've got skincare services, brow enhancements, lashes, manis and pedis as well. Check out Soho Wellness is our official massage and spa service right here in South Tampa, right across from the University of Tampa in South Tampa, right there on South Boulevard, 103 South Boulevard. All right, we're back here in studio helping you win. We've got attorney Joe Cairns here, and we're talking about divorce, family law, these different types of scenarios. Kind of talked about the guardian ad litem program earlier. Now I want to switch to one of our favorite topics is social media, how social media today is affecting all types of business, but specifically when you're in a lawsuit or a divorce.
My new favorite is the creation of some sort of like dummy account for the purposes of spying. I mean, if you're on Facebook, someone has like 300, 1,000, 1,500 friends. So it's not hard to get someone to kind of infiltrate it. I mean, you can make it private, but there's someone's friend is on there. There's someone that you don't know who's watching what's going on there. And then it just gets filtered to the other side.
Yes.
So there's that. Then there's someone recreates your page as a means of making comments that are something seemingly coming from you. That's not as uncommon, but my favorite new thing that's coming on that we have to be really careful of are these different telephonic devices that we can use. Like you can send a text message as if it's someone else.
Really?
Like they have this thing where you can pretend like Justin Bieber is going to be emailing your daughter or sending it. So it makes it look like that. So in the context of a divorce, when we're using Facebook pages, text messages, emails as a means of showing what the communication's like between the parents or the different things that they're saying, or my favorite, he never called. And I see phone records from my clients showing that he did call, but on their end, it shows that it came up, but they're saying they never received it. I believe the thing is called trap call. So if that number comes in, it'll suffocate it. It won't ring your phone. It'll let them go to voicemail.
Wow.
But it won't ring. So people are using that to say, oh, we didn't call. So then we're forced to get the records because if we actually look at the phone, it won't show that it is actually rung.
Wow.
So the phone company will see it going out, but the other phone company won't necessarily see it coming in. So there's all these little games you can play.
Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
So we think we're getting good evidence when we may be just being had. So sometimes we're just calling Verizon, or some of the phone companies are better than others about getting your records. I will say this. The more that you pay for your plan, the easier it will be to get your records. If you're paying for like a nothing kind of phone because you don't need that kind of stuff, it can be pulling teeth to get it.
Wow.
Oh, and by the way, their phone companies aren't keeping years and years of your text messages. They do it for law enforcement, and they have certain time frames for it. I forget what the actual number is. But your phone can cycle the text messages off.
Right.
You need only talk to Urban Meyer about what that setting could look like on your phone.
Yeah.
So that's something to be concerned of too. So your phone's not going to keep years and years of it unless you just lock them in. And there are apps on your phone that you can use to just kind of print them out.
Yeah, just save the screenshot.
Yeah, because you could potentially lose memory, and particularly if you're one of those people that, you're playing games on your phone, you have music, movies, those types of things.
Right. Yeah. So Joe, what also when it comes to family law, I imagine you, in some cases, you get private investigators involved.
Yes. I mean, they're not as common as maybe they used to be back in the day. Because if you watch like older movies where like a divorce situation's occurring, if you can prove infidelity, then alimony can be like off the table. It's like one small component of what the court would be using to determine whether or not an alimony obligation. So there was a lot more gotcha back in the day. But if someone's saying, oh, no, I don't drink all the time, or I don't do drugs, or I don't have these people coming around my house, having someone that can do that and who's allowed to do that, because if you think that someone's doing these things and you're the one who's surveilling them, well, it's going to sound like he said, she said again. Oh, I was at his house. I saw it happen.
Right.
But again, just like with a guardian ad litem, if you have someone who's completely neutral, they're going to say, listen, we have it on tape. I'm licensed to do these types of things. Great. Because you and your friends staking the guy's house out, probably not going to be the best evidence for me.
Yeah.
Pay the $700.
Right. Yeah. Spend the money. Attorney Joe Cairns, local family law attorney, divorce, working on divorce, helping come up with those strategies to and that's one thing we talked about also, Joe, in the past. Someone says, oh, I'm going to get that bulldog of an attorney, or he's such a bulldog. It's really not the best mentality to have going into this type of a situation.
I will tell you that mentality can really sink you. Now, there are attorneys that are aggressive. There's nothing wrong with being aggressive and going out, getting all the evidence. I will tell you that the bulldog attorney will do that both ways. They'll be extremely aggressive with the other side, but that arrow boomerangs to come right back at you.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something that they think is submarining their case,
right,
they're going to be attacking you too. So if you're someone who just thinks you're right all the time, that bulldog attorney is going to come back and be fighting with you as well. The best place to look at is, how can we resolve this?
Yes.
Some things aren't resolvable. Sometimes you do have drug issues. There's domestic violence. Those are severe facts that someone will have to deal with. Maybe you do have to take that all the way to court. But if you two, for the most part, decent people, there should be pragmatic way of resolving this.
Right.
And if you look at it from a pragmatic, like if you're a Fortune 500 CEO, you're working 80 hours a week, I'm sorry, you're asking for 50-50 because you think it looks good on paper, but when you try to implement this, it's going to be impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you look at it from that lens, people go, okay, that makes sense. And they're like, well, I don't want to pay the extra alimony, the child support if I don't have the extra time.
Yep.
Well, what's best for your kid? Because the money that you're going to be spending with the kid being with you is supposed to be commensurate with what the child you'd be paying to the other side.
Right.
That doesn't always work that way, because you'll get the arguments, well, how much does it really cost to raise a kid? Well, it depends on how much you want to spend. It's like anything else.
Right.
Yeah. If you want to take your kid to Disney every week, it's going to be a very expensive child.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. And there's a lot of, to look at too. And when it comes to schooling, the type of schooling that you're offering, private versus public, and that's a question I've seen before too, is if let's just say the husband stops paying child support, does the wife have the right to refuse him seeing his children?
That's a great question. And most people, if you'd ask them if they never went through that process, would say, well, absolutely. The answer is completely not.
Right.
They're completely separate from each other. The fact that he's not paying does not mean that you get to do something wrong too.
Right.
Because then you're interfering with that child's connection with that parent. That's not good for the child.
Exactly.
If someone's not paying child support, file a motion for contempt or call the Department of Revenue or your attorney.
Yeah.
If someone's not letting you see a kid, call an attorney immediately. Because like I said before, the judges take the child-related issues more, as very important.
Yes.
They're going to bring you in as soon as they possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes, it depends, because they have a lot of stuff to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. Attorney Joe Cairns, what's the website, Joe?
It's Cairns Law. My name is spelled CAIRNS, law.com. Feel free to email us. Everyone's looking at the email. We're not up at 3 a.m. I can't guarantee that's going to happen, but we will get to you pretty quickly.
Yeah, if you're watching our TV show, we got a screenshot on the show here on WeBeam TV. You can see it right there as well. It's got a lot of reviews, a lot of positive reviews online. And Attorney Joe Cairns, longtime friend of the program. More from Joe coming up in our lightning round as well. Let's switch gears. Let's talk with Leo Kane, Beryl Engineering. What's going on, man?
No, it's good to be back. Good to be back. I always like being on the show with Nick, because Nick sets them up, getting people in houses. I like Joe's approach. Anytime there's a divorce, there's probably 2 house, possibly 3 house transactions that could be involved in this.
That's right.
Yeah. So I know a couple of realtors that only get referrals from divorce attorneys, and they're very successful.
Interesting. Yeah. That's, there's so many ways to, these days leverage relationships, get into those situations. And lots of realtors out there, and, the market's shifting, as we talked about earlier. I think that's going to hopefully level out, and, the market's going to be moving forward. I think, in 2019, there's going to be some type of reset. But what have you seen anything on that?
Yeah, we're definitely seeing us change. I mean, we expanded our service territory to encompass Orlando, encompass Fort Myers, Naples. We expanded our service territory in order to prepare for a downshift. We've seen several of our competitors close their doors. They just can't get the volume. We've seen a shift towards doing more structural inspections. We're still doing a lot of Hurricane Irma inspections. We plan to be doing a bunch of Hurricane Michael inspections come 6 to 8 months from now. It seems to lag. That way, there's a lot of talk right now in the Tallahassee legislative about confining assignment of benefits. The insurance companies are strongly trying to lobby against the homeowner by taking knowledgeable people, public adjusters, general contractors who know insurance, and preventing them from touching insurance. Instead, they want the homeowners who know nothing to have to champion their own claims.
Right.
So that's the new thing the insurance companies are trying to do to beat down the homeowners.
Wow.
And the general contractors, the public adjusters, the attorneys, they're all fighting that. So it's nasty out there. We're seeing a downturn in the amount of homes being sold. We're seeing rising interest rates. We're seeing the state working against the average homeowners on their claims. We're seeing the cities take even longer to approve permits. It's a very bad situation if you're a homeowner, unless you can get people like us on your side, on your team that knows the process.
Yeah. Let's dive deeper in that. I want to talk about that when we come back in our next segment here. Coming up, Leo Cain, Beryl Engineering, and our lightning round, as well as our feel-good story of the day. Dog sniffs out owner's cancer 3 times. Very interesting story about this Siberian Husky. Stay with us right here at the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, published author, professional speaker. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves, kind of the prequel to our launch of the Business Growth Celebrity Academy, which we launched with Ken Shamrock, the ultimate fighting champion. The Business Growth Celebrity Academy teaches you how to grow your celebrity, grow your sphere of influence, utilizing radio, TV, and a lot of the social media aspects that we're utilizing here. So Ken Shamrock's our business partner on that venture, as well as Des Woodruff and my wife, Lindsay, doing a great job on that program as well. So check it out, bgca.co. If you have any interest in that, bgca.co. All right, we're back here in studio helping you win. And we've got Nick Kick in the house, BBMC Mortgage, attorney Joe Cairns as well, and talking currently with Leo Cain, Beryl Engineering. So, Beryl, or Leo, we were talking about, how sometimes the lobbyists, many times, they come in, they throw power around, they throw money around, and it works counterproductive to what we're trying to do here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping consumers.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I mean, the insurance companies have a lot of money and they'll force legislation in to protect themselves. And I mean, insurance companies make their money by collecting premiums, not by paying out. So, and I mean, there are certain claims that should be denied. I'm not saying there aren't. I mean, as a neutral evaluator with the state, we do sinkhole claims, and occasionally we side with the homeowner. Occasionally we side with the insurance company. We side with the right party. It's just when they put legislation in place to empower the insurance agent against an unknowledgeable party,
yes,
that's when I take objection. It's like you're stopping people who know the process from assisting, and that's where the problem is.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I heard a similar situation. I was listening to Tony Robbins' podcast, Unshakable, and very similar situation with the 401k industry. One of the most how do you call it, immoral type areas of our history is, because, for example, anything you buy, you know that you pay a certain price, you get the certain product. 401ks, for the longest time, they could charge whatever they wanted. They were unregulated. Then what he spoke about was the Obama administration had changes in process. They were making some changes where it had to be almost like with a good faith estimate on a loan closing, Nick, where you say, okay, here's your fees, here's what your APR is, this is what it cost you. But the lobbyists came together and they pushed extremely hard, and they basically made it to where that didn't pass. So it was something that was going to help consumers understand, because most consumers, when it comes to, I know we're kind of shifting topics here, but they put money into their 401k. They expect to have some money when they retire, but a lot of it boils down to this. With different percentages that you're paying in terms of fees on your retirement plans, it's the same thing, the equivalent. This is the metaphor that he used of paying for a Honda Accord, which would normally be, I guess, like mid-$20,000, right? $25,000, let's say. You could pay, if you're with the wrong insurance company or the wrong company in terms of your retirement savings, your 401k, you could pay $700,000 for that same vehicle. No other industry is it like that. And, unfortunately, it's a result of our system and the power of lobbyists.
Yeah. And we already saw something similar 2 years ago in the real estate market, where the realtors got together to basically take advantage of their clients. They basically passed part of their October hearing to say that title companies were no longer supposed to check for expired permits. It's a separate lien search. So now there's a municipal lien search, and then there's the entire lien search. And the entire lien search picks up on the expired permits. But the realtors, who are supposed to represent the clients want to do their due diligence. The clients think they're paying for a lien search that's going to tell them about expired permits, going to tell them about utility bills, tell them about all this.
Yeah.
No, the realtors passed legislation that the title companies don't have to do that level of search. So it's in the contract that, I'm not a lawyer, but I have one sitting next to me. It's in the contract that sellers are supposed to cooperate to close out expired permits. They left that in the contract, but they took out the necessity and the mandate to check for the expired permits.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
So now homeowners are finding that their title companies didn't tell them about an expired permit when they're trying to sell their house again. And all these issues are popping up. And now the real estate agent is supposed to be looking out for the best interest of the buyers and the sellers.
Yeah.
But oftentimes the misconception, and I see this a lot of times, realtors will push people into houses that they can't afford because they know they get paid on commission.
Right.
So it's one of these things. Who are they really representing a lot of the times? And to see the lobbyists and the realtors get together and push legislation that hurts the homeowners, hurts the clients,
it's crazy.
It furthers that perception that realtors are just out for the biggest commission.
Crazy, pretty crazy. We had Jason Salmon in studio this week, and he's a cryptocurrency expert, a lot about Bitcoin, talks a lot about that. And he talked about how potentially, eventually, what he sees maybe happen in real estate is utilizing a blockchain type of strategy to have chain of title, to show chain of title. Because once it's in that blockchain, it's not, you can't move it, right?
Yeah, that would be awesome. But I mean, crypto, I follow it regularly. It's dropped to new lows. I mean, Ethereum now today is dropped below 100, and it's not. It broke the support, and it's just plummeting. So yeah. Crypto is not a good market to be in.
Yeah,
at the moment.
Who knows? See, in the counter, what he was talking about too is how certain big companies, I forgot if it was Mac or Amazon, certain company, but Walmart, I think.
Walmart is the one that's experimenting with blockchain.
Into it. Yeah, getting into it, but
which I liked. I liked Walmart. They were the UPC codes. They were the first people to actually use those barcodes to do tracking and shipping. And if you can use blockchain to do inventory control and do supply chain management. It's a great tool. It's something that's out there, constantly checked, can't be forged. I like it in theory.
Yes.
But all these gamblers using it for money, that's
they're
getting burned right now.
It's scary, especially if it's your hard-earned money. You know, where are you going to put it, right?
Come on,
you gotta
man.
Be careful. We're not going in the wrong place. All right, so let's jump into our feel-good story. More from our expert contributors coming up. Tell me something good here.
Tell me something good.
All right, so we talked about this dog sniffs out the owner's cancer 3 times. A Siberian Husky sniffed out her owner's cancer not once, but 3 times. The first time was in 2013. Sierra was only 9 months old when Stephanie Herfeld received her from her son, who was leaving for overseas duty. She put her nose to my lower belly and sniffed so intently that I thought I spilled something on my clothes. She did it a second time and then a third. After the third time, Sierra went and hid, and I mean hid, she told the Sentinel. Herfeld had been feeling pain in the area, but an emergency room doctor said it was an ovarian cyst and gave her pain medication. But the dog knew better than the ER doctor. The dog acted oddly, got herself in a tight ball, and hid deep in a closet. A few weeks later, after taking signals from Sierra, Herfeld saw her doctor and got the diagnosis that it was stage 3C ovarian cancer. Herfeld underwent chemotherapy, a full hysterectomy, and spleen removal, and beat the cancer. In 2015 and 2016, Sierra did it again, and she felt worse, and she had cancer both times, first in the liver and then the pelvis. So I have my own life to my dog to thank. She's really been a godsend to me. She has never been wrong. So wow,
is that a dog tur? Instead of a doctor?
Dog turd, yeah, good stuff. I didn't know dogs could do that. That's pretty crazy.
I've heard it before. That is pretty awesome, though.
Very good stuff, man. Let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Nick Kick.
I want my veterans to reach out to me as soon as possible. We're still offering. There's no broker fee, no origination fee, no processing, no underwriting for every one of our VA buyers. We'll even pay for your appraisal. So it's only going to help you save money when you buy a home. And also, you can typically not buy an investment property with your VA eligibility unless you're buying a duplex. So you're going to be residing in one side, renting out the other side. I'm actually working on one of those loans right now. So you can have an investment property, primary home, pay maybe a half of a mortgage payment, and you start your portfolio. So veterans, please give me a call. We do not charge. We can pretty much get you in there with nothing out of pocket. I'm not paying your closing costs. There's just very few or lesser closing costs by going with us as a lender.
Yeah, and we're going to kick in Platinum MVP Realty will also kick in a half a point back to that veteran if he works with Nick Kick as well, works with us both. We'll help him out. So that's good stuff. That's a smart money move right there. Buying a duplex, even a triplex or a quad.
Exactly.
As long as it's under that 4-unit the loan program. All right, we got attorney Joe Cairns. Top tips.
This goes out to the people that aren't married but have children.
Okay.
One of the weird rules that's different between being married and not being married is that one parent, the mother, has 100% rights. So if she was to leave the state, you may not be able to do anything to compel her to come back, where you otherwise might be able to do it if you guys were married. So what I usually suggest, kind of like prenup, let's do all this while everyone's happy, is come up with just a plan. If you guys are going to somehow break up, you're not saying you will, have some sort of parenting plan filed with the court. Put it in a drawer. Maybe you never see it. But that way, everyone's protected.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Planning ahead, planning for the future, planning for the worst in some cases. You got to have that plan in place. That's good stuff. Attorney Joe Cairns, thank you for giving that. Leo Kane, Beryl Engineering.
I guess my lightning round tip would be that a lot of my competition is shut down this time of the year. They usually shut down between Christmas and New Year's. They take extended vacations, things of that nature. We are open. December is usually our busiest month of the year because we're open. So you need home inspections, structural condition assessments, permits closed out, design drawings. Contact us, as that says, contact us. We are actually available 24 hours a day. You can talk to a real person right on our website. Nice and easy. We'll call you back during normal business hours, or if we see the chat request come in, I might actually call you at 3 or 4 in the morning, depending if I'm awake. So, yeah, we are open. That's the big lightning round tip, is we are open for the rest of the month to serve you.
Open for business and expanding territories. Good stuff, Leo. Great stuff. Nick Kick, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Attorney Joe Cairns, thank you very much for dropping those nuggets of advice for us. Leo Kane, as always, a pleasure. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing. Hand it to that person that you see in need. This is the season to be even more generous if you can. And if you don't have money, you could volunteer your time. That's a big one for, we We talked about the Children's Cancer Center as well. They've got their Days of Giving here with the Children's Cancer Center. The Giving Tree, drop it off at a Panera, a local Panera. I actually took my daughter and did that. Bought some presents for kids, unwrapped presents, dropped it off at a Panera, and it's really Giving Tree is starting. It's going right through the holidays here, so we'd love for you to go do that, and please consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.